What is great in the States? Welcome to 2020 Mother Loving 3. It is the radio rock star, the radio rap star, G Money in the house. Watch your mouth, man.
And it's me, DB. Very
That's
best
right.
to talk wrestling.
That's right. The best.
To talk wrestling.
Best to talk wrestling. Welcome to another episode of the Smash the Mat podcast, the first of the year. If you have not seen or heard our last episode, the best of 2022, I definitely suggest you go and check that one out because that is, we give all of our...
It's definitive.
Yeah,
I would say that's the definitive list.
Exactly. The end of the year awards.
Yeah. Who
was the best? Who was the worst? You know what I'm saying? And we don't do a lot of, we try not to crap on a lot of people.
Nah.
All I'm going to say is, you don't know me.
You don't know
know
Wait,
me.
You know me. You know me. You don't know me.
You know me. But
You're part of the problem. You raised the problem.
You are a part
of the problem.
Yeah, she should run
You
for
know
president.
me, and then you don't know me. Like
straight like that. Straight like that.
Yeah, show it one more time.
Hold
she was
on.
like, she thought about it. You don't know me.
You don't know me. And we're talking about Marina Shafir.
Yes. The greatest promo in the game right now.
It was so bad, it was good.
It was so bad.
So bad, it was good.
It was just like that. It always goes back to that promo with we love her now, but when Jade Cargill first debuted and she walked out trying to roast Cody and she spoke in slow motion, and then Brandy came in like, who the hell told you tonight was open mic night, bitch?
Like, who is this person?
Well, no, it was Randy's fake accent that came out of nowhere. Who the hell told you tonight was open mic night, bitch? Bitch. And Cody just standing there like, I gotta try to keep this together.
He's like, how am I gonna do this?
Cody, the things you do for us.
The sacrifices.
The sacrifices you made.
They're immense.
His arm literally ripped because of carrying so many places. just like another person who we'll talk about later, how the fact that he's been carrying a company on his back that his knee buckled again. So
wait, before we continue.
Yeah.
Everybody's blaming Albany tonight.
You are part of the problem.
Yep.
All of you are part of the problem. You know me. You know me.
Wait, we're thinking about it.
Look at it. Look at it.
You don't know me.
You changed.
Oh man, okay.
And then she lost it. Then she lost it. It was over.
Oh my god.
We'll have to do a show one day.
That's a classic.
Great. We'll
talk
about
that was my worst moment of 2022, but that is easily a classic.
It is a classic. We'll have to talk about we'll call it the classic promos that we have ever heard.
That's like, Macho Man level.
Yes. That is very classic.
Oh man.
But let's go ahead and talk about the elephant that is in the room. He said no chance in hell, and he meant it. Vince is coming back. Okay.
And he's coming back, and it's not for a good reason.
It's not for a good reason. All right. So just to give you the lowdown, we know the deal what happened last year. One of the craziest moments, which I think we voted it as one of the craziest moments, was Vince's. He had the scandal with the paralegal, and it led to unraveling of all the hush money deals that he had made. So he retired. Well, a few weeks back, reports came out that Vince regrets making that decision to retire, as he thinks the whole thing would have settled down soon, and he blames close people for giving him bad advice. And the WWE's current worst enemy, the Wall Street Journal, reported that he is now planning to sell the World Wrestling Entertainment, the WWE. He still has majority voting power in WWE. He has told the higher ups in the company that he's electing himself and 2 former co-presidents and directors, Michelle Wilson and George Barrios, to the board. This move will require 3 current directors to vacate their positions. All right, and then he explained it in this. This is a full statement, and I'm going to read it out. So, and then we're going to try to break it down. He said WWE is entering a critical juncture in its history, with the upcoming media rights negotiations coinciding with the increased industry-wide demand for quality content and live events, with more companies seeking to own the intellectual property on their platforms. The only way for WWE to fully capitalize on this opportunity is for me to return as executive chairman and support the management team in the negotiations for our media rights, and to combine that with a review of strategic alternatives. My return will allow WWE, as well as any transaction counterparties, to engage in these processes, knowing they will have the support of the controlling shareholder, which is him. Miss Wilson and Mr. Barrios are highly qualified directors whose professional experience positions them well to help the company achieve the best possible outcomes in both initiatives. As former WWE co-presidents and board members, they are intimately familiar with industry dynamics and the organization's operations, and have helped guide the company through past successful media rights negotiations. I look forward to working closely again with Michelle and George, as well as the company's remaining directors and management team, who have my full support and confidence. WWE has an exceptional management team in place, and I do not intend for my return to have any impact on their roles, duties, or responsibilities. Now, what that means in layman's terms is that when the rights come up for SmackDown and USA, he will not sign off on those unless he is back as the executive chairman.
Good Lord. So he's gonna hold him hostage.
He is literally holding his company hostage. Do you remember the NWO storyline when he brought them back? He said, if anybody's gonna kill my company,
it's gonna be me. Yeah.
And
yeah,
Vince is a man of his word. If there's anything, he is a man of his word.
I need the opposite of this, because it's not such good shit.
This is not good shit. No, I'm telling you, Vince saw Ricochet getting pushed, and he was like, "Oh, we ain't doing that." No, Vince saw Mandy Rose get fired. He was like, "What?"
I was the number 1 subscriber on the website.
Oh no! Oh hell no! Vince saw Johnny Gargano get hired back. He was like, "No."
Right.
In fact, Vince was watching New Japan because somebody debuted, and he was like, she would have been back in my company by now.
Exactly.
But I just don't know. This is crazy already. 2020. I thought
2023. Look, we just Triple H took he took the reins of the WWE, and he took it and he ran with it. And we're appreciating it. New Year starts. Vince is like, "Whoa, buddy.
Whoa now.
I need my ish back."
But the fact that he wants to sell the company is, I think, the big thing. Like, what does this mean? Especially, he is the top shareholder. He's a majority shareholder, and he's trying to bring back 2 people that were actually let go as directors. And
I wonder why.
And it just goes to show you where is the battle going here? Is it a lot from Nick Khan? Is it from Stephanie? Is it from Triple H? Were they the ones that pushed out the old, like, those 2 presidents, those co-presidents, like, because he came in and took their role? So is that what happened? Like, where did that happen, and who was the one that revealed all of this craziness that happened? Because I feel like there's a lot of company battling that is happening. I'm almost certain someone pushed Vince out, and then he's trying to take his company back.
Vince pushed himself out.
He did. No, I'm saying he did, but it probably was a situation where this wouldn't have came out if somebody did not know.
Absolutely. Because when you think about it, all those allegations were from 10 plus years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So somebody spilled the beans. Somebody,
I'm telling you, and I'm telling you
that, or somebody didn't get their money. It was one of the other. Some money ran out. Some money ran out, and they went back for more, and they was like, nah,
I tell you,
or whatever the
I
case.
think this was time they were trying to get the old man to step down, and they did not trust in him, but they didn't expect for him to fight because he's going to fight and he's bringing his people to help him fight. So I just don't know. Like, this is going to be a crazy, crazy year, especially with those deals up. Yeah, jokes about him killing the company, but that one statement made the stock price jump to the higher than it was the entire deal. I mean, yes, but they've also their rate has been up considerably, and especially they've been. I want to say I was reading that they shot up to 5 million when he left. So the stock prices actually happened to rise because he wasn't a part of the company anymore. And they've been selling out. They had their first like few $1 billion gate. Like
they were doing a lot better business.
They were doing a lot better business. So
TV ratings were going up and everything.
See, here's the thing about stocks too. It's a little tough with those things. That could be a lot of things that stocks can be manipulated. I will tell you that much. The thought of it being sold, which the other company, it's actually the most valuable it's been because of the thought of it being sold. Yes, that's real.
Oh yes.
So, which one thing I thought was going to happen was I thought for a bit that Comcast or which they're the owners of NBC and stuff because they're on Peacock. They would logically be the number one persons, but that would mean they would lose out on the SmackDown Fox deal. But then again, it's not unheard of for networks to do like cross, selling shows here and there and everywhere. Like Paramount, they own the show Yellowstone, but they show it on Peacock.
Right.
So, or I've seen it numerous times.
Production and distribution are two different things.
Yeah, it's like two different things. So it wouldn't be unheard of for WWE to be fully owned by Comcast, but still have their deal with Fox to do SmackDown. Right. So you never know. But where does that leave the current people in charge? Like, what does this mean? And especially with him being executive chairman, now he says he's going to leave people in place. Is that true? Do we is this Vince's plan, or like what is going on?
Man, there's only one way to find out. Yeah. And we got to wait and see.
Yeah, and they did say too that he was still during their investigation, it did come out that those payments that he was making to women should have been listed as WWE expenses. So, which
because the whole thing was there was money missing.
Yeah,
there was money missing from their profits because he was taking it out to pay these women.
Yeah, so it should have been listed as profits because they affected WWE net worth directly. But it's crazy to think too. I mean, and then when they tracked it down, it came around to when they would do like big releases too. They released a bunch of people,
and remember what I was I had said some months ago that they were trying to do it like during the pandemic era. They was trying to do away with touring in general.
Yeah,
they were going to buy a facility and they were going to do all their TV out of one spot.
Yeah,
they would do that TV out of one spot, so they cut down on traveling and all that because it costs, if I'm not mistaken, between $250,000 to $500,000 just to move everything from place to place. You know what I'm saying? So, and that was all part of the plan. So like they was actually saving money for a while during the Thunderdome era.
Yeah. But maybe that was the thing too, where they were still like, wait a minute, where's this money going? Yeah, because the probe came, I think they said it was actually early last year when they got tipped off about the stuff with Vince. So I just don't know. Somebody was looking in the books. I know that much.
Somebody was all up in them books.
Somebody was all up in the books like, these numbers. It was Scott Steiner. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Exactly.
The 24% chance that we're not making money.
There's the millions missing. What is that?
Yeah. Holler if you hear me. I never pay off my freaks.
We all know the big bad booty daddy
we
never
know,
paid his
we all
treat.
know the big bad booty
No,
daddy. Number
he
one is
never
great
did
with
that.
math. Is great with his
Exactly.
freaks.
Exactly. Come on now.
Come on, you factor them in. But again, we'll see.
But speaking of returns, we talk about Vince plans on making a return. One man just made his return,
Yeah.
and he is the Lord, the Sir. He's a man's man.
Yeah.
He is William Regal. William Regal just made his return back to WWE this week, but per a clause in his contract with AEW and Tony Khan, he will not be able to be on screen for WWE until the year 2024.
Yeah. And do you know when he's going to come back in 2024? It'll probably just be right around War Games. That'll be like his first appearance. And people are going to
Survivor
lose
Series
their
next
mind.
year, man. You know what time it is.
Yeah.
War Games.
Yeah, but I think it's great. Again, Triple H has done a good job of getting his team back and getting a lot of people that he's trusted back on the roster. I think it's good news, but again, with the news today that just dropped, I don't know. I just see a dark cloud. I still think we'll probably get to WrestleMania, but a lot of these deals, I think the Smackdown one up is around October, if I'm correct.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah, I think that deal's up in October. I don't know when the USA deal is. I'll do some research, but those are your big things, and that's the big ones where they make their most money. So I just don't know.
Yeah. We will see. We will definitely see.
But let's go on to the good stuff of what's been happening, and it's been an eventful week, I must say.
It has. Matter of fact, while we're on the subject of WWE Raw, first one of the year, especially entertaining.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure you all know by now, but there was a segment with Bianca Belair and Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, for the Raw Women's Championship.
That's right. Raw Women's. They had a match for the Raw Women's Championship. Alexa Bliss snapped in the middle of the match and caused herself to get disqualified.
She beat up ref.
They had a scuffle, and that scuffle looked so familiar. And I would play the video, but I'm not trying to get us knocked off.
Yeah.
But pretty much. But it was like a reincarnation of the Scary Movie fight between Regina Hall and the monster, the chick from the ring.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about when I had the video where it was lined up side by side,
and it was pretty exact. So that's some good trolling.
Hilarious.
I like stuff like that. People, I've realized a lot of people are just miserable on the internet, but that was entertaining. That's what wrestling should be. It's
talk about having fun at your job.
Yeah, really. Like that's funny. That's a little Easter egg that you really have to know, and that's just good. It was just good quality entertainment there.
Oh yeah, spectacular. So let me see. And what else did I have from Raw?
By the way, their Raw deal is going to be up in June. So it's going to be June for the Raw deal. SmackDown is October. And I haven't seen the NXT one. They announced it was around September. So I'm thinking it's around September where that deal comes to be. So where they're going to start, where they should either they've already started negotiations now, which usually those big money deals start early. So they're probably negotiating as we speak, but usually that's when those deals are up. So,
right.
So it's going to be a crazy, crazy time. We're going to get to Mania, and then
that's big business, man. WWE Raw has been a staple on USA for 30 years now. That's crazy.
And USA doesn't want to get rid of them. I know they don't. They're not trying to.
All they want is a champion.
Yeah. But they have a champion. They've done a good job of pumping up the Intercontinental and US title as the main. Like they even said, they said the main title of Raw is the US title. Like they've done a good job of fulfilling that. And that's what you should do with the mid-card belts. Which, by the way, Seth Rollins and Theory in the main event faced off for the U.S. title, and sadly, we're getting word that Seth Rollins has injured his knee again, the same knee.
Really?
Yeah. And all he's posted is a tweet that says redesign, rebuild, reclaim.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which of course came from previous. And again, like I was referring to Cody, Seth he carried this company on his back and his knee gave out, which it tends to happen. It just does. Especially after that banner year, like 2022, he killed it. Like
he did.
Had the most losses, but still had.
That's right. You couldn't tell.
Moments. You
couldn't tell because he was still at the top of the card. He was still in the main event. He had everything going for him.
But every wrestler needs to consider Seth as the model of that's how you keep yourself on top, no matter what.
And speaking of injuries, AJ Styles.
Yep.
AJ Styles injured himself also.
Yeah, he broke his ankle.
He broke his ankles.
Now he doesn't need surgery, but he will be out. And they said he probably will not make it to WrestleMania this year. And if it is true with the knee injury, Seth will not probably be at Mania either. So it is going to be two big players, two of the best wrestlers in the world.
Yeah,
will not be on the card. So that's going to really make things interesting at WrestleMania.
Yeah, now somebody else is going to have to step up.
But this is the time. This is the time that somebody steps up. Should we talk about some Wrestle Kingdom now and then end on AEW?
Yeah, let's talk some Wrestle Kingdom, man. Let's talk some Wrestle Kingdom. Look, first off, it was Wednesday morning.
Yes.
It started at 3 in the p.m., 3 in the a.m.
Yeah. No, it started at 1, technically.
Did it start at 1?
It did start at 1, technically, but nothing good didn't happen until like 3.
The official show started at 3, but the pre-show started at 1.
Yeah.
So I usually try to stay up late to watch that, but it was not this. I couldn't do it this time.
I was exhausted. So, I didn't watch till the next day. I actually renewed my New Japan World. And let me tell you, that was the worst possible process to try to get your password changed and everything. And let me tell you, it was a journey to try to change my password. And then because you're going back and forth trying to change it from Japanese to English.
Yeah, depending on if you're on your phone or your computer.
Oh my god.
Because it's much harder on the phone than it is on the computer.
It was the worst experience and I was getting so mad. Even my wife was like, just stop it. So,
no, like I first got my membership in I think 2017.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like before
it was a while ago. You were one of the first ones that I knew that got it.
And none of their website has not been updated in 5 years. Now, as far as like the software, like they've updated like the matches and stuff, but like the app now, my phone is too advanced. Like I can't even really watch it on.
It was really going slow. They still have not made an app. In fact,
yeah, exactly. You just got it. Like I have New Japan World, but like if you look it up in the Play Store, you can't even find it. You just have to go to the website www.njpwworld.com. That's what you have to do. Yeah. But I will say, oh, you know what? I actually forgot about this. Charlotte Flair did come back.
Yeah, because our show did happen after. We did forget about it. Charlotte Flair is back as a face and beat Ronda Rousey for the women's title. She changed her theme for the first time ever in her career. It's like a new updated remix. So you know how we celebrate when a Flair does anything. Obviously. So.
Of course. Look, this is the thing. When a Flair wins championships, there's no better way to celebrate this.
Woo wings! Yeah! Woo woo! Wings! Legendary flavors! World Championship wings! Woo! Woo wings! Yeah! Woo!
I think now that Charlotte's won another title, I think she's going to get her own flavor of
She's got it. Yeah, it's the Queen's chicken strips or something.
Yeah, exactly. It's the Queen's chicken legs or something, whatever it is. She got that.
Yeah,
that was interesting. How
it was good. It was a good twist. Not expected. Ronda Rousey faced off with Raquel Rodriguez. And sadly Raquel didn't win. I think it's great. This is the perfect time because it's always been tough to turn Charlotte face. It has always been tough to turn her face because usually she was on the same roster with Becky, or usually it was a situation where it was unbelievable. But this is now the time more than any other time to do it. And SmackDown has been in a problem. I think especially since Sasha and Bianca left the roster. Well, Sasha left the roster. Bianca got moved to Raw.
It shows, yeah.
They've not had a great top face. Liv did pretty well. She's got a great reaction, but she just
No, she didn't. She was all right.
well, she had a group of fans that really were obsessed with her. And then Raquel, I feel like she's just not there yet to be a top face. Like she's got the look, but she's still missing the it that makes her the main event woman. So Charlotte needed to fill that role, and that was necessary. So they made that happen. Also, so good on Charlotte. I'm excited to see what happens. Also in the main event, the one and only Jonathan Dr. Jonathan Cena of Thugonomics, former Marine,
That's right.
returned because he found out, he looked on the calendar, he's like, oh crap, I hadn't wrestled in 2022, and he's been wrestling for every year since he debuted.
20 years.
For 20 years. So he came back, him and Kevin Owens teamed up and beat Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn. So we knew some things were going to come from that.
I'm going to just say that match went kind of how I expected it.
That went exactly how it should have went.
Like Kevin Owens, trying to get the tag.
Yep.
Cena can't get the tag. He comes in for the hot tag.
Yep.
And then something told me like Cena's not starting the match.
God no.
And he's not going to be doing a lot.
God
like,
no.
The man hadn't wrestled all year. Like I saw somebody in the group was like, man, that was whack. He only came in for the hot tag. He got you.
Well,
that man wrestled all year, and you expect him to come in and just work the whole match, bro?
Well, you also got to understand, which a lot of people don't, and Cena has talked about it, with Hollywood, a movie is like a business. It's literally like a business that works. Like, so you have so many people that are depending on this actor to show up and be able to do their job and not be injured. So, which is why wrestlers are the most riskiest people. Because if they can't be injured, then they can't. Then they'll have to wait or they'll have to stall. And you don't want to get stunt doubles because then people will see through that. Especially actors like John Cena. So they are not allowed to do such tough activity that could potentially injure them. Like when Rock, he wrestled at WrestleMania and ripped his whole off the bone.
It ripped his ab off the bone.
Ripped his ab off the bone. That further pushed back a bunch of his movies, and which is not good, and especially with studios that are depending on money. That's a lot of money. Millions and billions. So it is risky. That is why John Cena came in for a little. He probably had a nice long break where just in case something were to happen, he can take a break and not be needed for a movie. But that match went exactly as it should and was going to go. So I think good on him. It was an entertaining match. It did carry over to Raw, where the Bloodline, they started off the show hot. They ran in. Yeah, and then a wrestler that we actually know was actually there.
My man Ryan Rembrandt. I wish I'd have got the picture. Yeah. My man Ryan Rembrandt was one of the security guards that Solo Sikoa tossed over the guardrail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so shout out to the remarkable Ryan Rembrandt.
So that was actually it was a great Raw. Let me tell you, that was one of the best.
That was a very good Raw.
It was a very good episode of Raw. And here's another thing: stop judging shows week to week. I mean, we can do that because that's our jobs, but you stop doing that because you're missing the fun. It was a fun Raw. Let's go ahead and just talk about AEW real quick.
Let's save Wrestle Kingdom for last. We can do that.
Dynamite. It had a new look to the show. They had a new intro, new stage.
Oh, did they? Yeah. See,
yeah.
So I'm gonna tell you straight up before we get started. I was at practice, so I caught the last 30 minutes. I caught the last 30 minutes of Dynamite, but I did notice some things didn't look the same.
Yes, they changed their production, which they had announced like weeks ago that they were going to have some changes that happened because recently Tony Khan hired a new head producer. He was actually the guy that was supposed to take over for Kevin Dunn if Kevin Dunn were to ever retire, but he Kevin Dunn wasn't going anywhere, so he was just kind of sitting there twiddling his thumbs and stuff. So
Right.
he came in. He's working for AEW, and he helped. And also
wait. You said Kevin Dunn?
No, this is the guy that used to work under
Okay,
Kevin
I was
Dunn.
about
He
to
was
say,
he was going to be
the
successor.
I had the picture queued up just in case.
Yeah. Let's see, AEW's new producer.
But I do have.
He actually used
Ryan
to work.
Rembrandt, though.
Yeah, his name is
I wanna show y'all
Michael.
Our homie Ryan Rembrandt, who is at Raw.
He was there.
Yes, indeed.
He was there.
That's straight out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, too.
Yeah, Fayetteville boy. He's a good guy. He's a good worker too.
Absolutely.
But yeah, his name is Michael Mansuri. He recently just got hired in like December, like not long ago, he was the vice president of global television production, but he never really did much. So he left the WWE. And now, because WB was asking for it, Warner Brothers and Tony Khan, so they decided to update the look. And it looks sleek. It looks clean. A lot of people saying it looked like SmackDown. I could see that. But it was not bad, and especially starting off with Ricky Starks versus Chris Jericho as the first big match of 2023.
Yeah,
good. And our boy Ricky Starks won because Ricky Starks will be a world champion. Come on now.
Starks got the dub.
He's got the dub. The only thing that irks me with AEW is like, you can agree with me. We sound nuts. We're nuts with sound, and their sound, mix is terrible. You can never hear the themes.
They're so hit and miss.
Yeah. It's their sound mix is so terrible. Now the commentators come in perfectly, but
absolutely
everything else, like their microphones and I don't know.
Wait, there was a spot.
Yeah.
It was. I don't think I've ever heard. What's my man's name?
Oh, you're talking about what's his face?
The other commentator
with the mask.
Yes. Why? I just had a brain fart just now. Excalibur was running through matches.
So
he was talking
fast.
I got to give him props because like he was getting like two things off on each graphic, and then with this and this, and then capture this, and then after that is this and this.
Once you started talking about it, I knew exactly what you're talking because
I was like, he is talking so fast, and I was like, are the production guys like doing this to him on purpose, or is he testing himself? But
I don't know.
I'm like sometimes I like his commentary, sometimes I'm on the fence. I gotta give him props, man, because like for him to keep up with everything that they put up there, and it wasn't like 2 or 3 matches. It was like 7 or 8.
Well, he was running off Dynamite and Rampage at the same time. Like that was a lot.
Speaking as somebody who talks for a living, that's extremely hard.
Yeah,
what he did,
and not to flub.
And there's no way exactly, and you could tell he wasn't reading.
Yeah,
because there's no way, because you're reading like that, you're gonna mess up somewhere.
It's insane. We got to find the audio to that. It was
that was underrated.
Yeah,
that's an underrated clip. So
I would think it was unnecessary. Like, I don't know why you stressing that man out, and you got other commentators.
I mean, it was unnecessary, but it was remarkable at the same time.
But you got other commentators in the book. Technically, I guess Excalibur is the lead commentator, so you do rely on it. That's why Michael Cole, he's the one that's always, doing a lot of the WWE.com or the follow us on, social media and giving all the information. The lead commentator has to do a lot. Which is why Raw sounds so quiet, because Kevin Patrick speaks with a whisper, and it just doesn't work. So, which is why Byron Saxton needs to get that job, but that's another story.
Right.
But anyway, what other big things? Oh yeah, Darby Allin. He is now
Darby Allin is a two-time TNT champion,
which makes no sense, but okay. I'm not gonna lie. I watched that match and it was kind of illogical in a lot of ways. Just granted, I like I don't know. I don't know if I
like Darby Allin. I'm gonna tell you, I thought he was okay. I don't think he should have beat Samoa Joe.
He should not.
But like that promo he did after, I don't know, like there was an exclusive where he talked to
with Nick Wayne.
crowd, and like I just gained more respect for him. So I'm okay
that,
with it.
that's also the stuff you do need to show on TV, and he doesn't do
Yes.
that nearly enough. And that's been
Yes.
always the problem with AEW. All this stuff
Why
is
do you
either on
save
the
your good
YouTube,
stuff for
yeah, YouTube. You save it for
the
YouTube.
the good promos never hit? Well, I ain't gonna say never, but most of their good stuff never hits TV.
Yeah. And also the build doesn't make sense. It did not make sense because he's been feuded with Wardlow this whole time, and then Darby kind of came out of nowhere and he had just lost to him.
Yeah, because he came out to help Wardlow last week.
Yeah.
He hit Samoa Joe in the back after Samoa Joe cut Wardlow's hair, you know. And if that was the case, see, and my thing is that to me that just makes Samoa Joe a transitional champion.
Yeah.
Because they had the belt on Wardlow. For some reason, they wanted to put it on Darby Allin. Not taking nothing away from Darby Allin, but you could have had a really dominant run with Wardlow for like 7 to 8 months.
Forever. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like at this point, it's like they keep stopping and starting momentum for people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Wardlow should have been the hottest thing in the company after he beat MJF.
Yeah.
After he beat MJF, he should have been the hottest thing.
Uh-oh, somebody fixed their name, and I can see it now.
Oh, we got a name in here. Oh,
Number one. The number one. We the
Bryant
ones.
Wilkerson.
Bryant Wilkerson, our boy. He just had a birthday. Happy belated.
Merry mother loving birthday to you, sir.
Man,
You know
that's the number one.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
But yeah,
But
I
we
don't
trying to
understand.
figure out, like, I know Darby is popular, you know, but he's already popular. Like Wardlow he was there, but he wasn't there.
Yeah.
And I guess they're going to have a series of matches with Wardlow and Darby now. I don't know.
I don't know. It just kind of came out of nowhere.
But
It's
I guess
weird.
it's just like Joe beat Wardlow.
Yep.
And Darby beat Joe. Joe is still the TV champion for Ring of Honor.
Yes.
That's why they was calling him the King of TV. They could have ran with that a little bit. They
could have ran with that one for a long time. And
you could have did at least one show with Samoa Joe at Ring of Honor with both belts.
No, he did it with the last one, didn't he?
I don't know.
Sure he did.
Maybe he did. Maybe
I think he did with the last.
I don't watch enough.
But he wasn't defending that title though. But he had both belts. But that's the thing. It's weird. You have somebody win the belt, have a great run, and then he loses on the side quest. Like that's what it felt like. It's like I'm playing Mario, and then I lose. I lose the whole game on the side quest.
But I will tell you this: Darby Allin winning in Seattle was a great feeling.
Yeah, it's a great moment.
But his hometown, and it just soon like he wins the match. And you're like, this is definitely not WWE. He won in his hometown.
Yeah.
And the crowd exploded.
Yeah.
You know, they love to see that. And
it just
seems
it gets
me thinking, like, why in the heck? Like, why don't people win in their hometowns? I don't know.
Well, that was a Vince thing, I think. Just
no, that's what I'm saying. Like, what is up with that?
But
like, do you not want the big pop?
But at the same time, I think Tony Khan is thinking short term too many times. He says that he does this long term booking, but he does short term things all the time. And in the short term, it does nothing to do that. That was like the same thing happened when Thunder Rosa lost to Britt Baker, but then turned around and beat Britt Baker.
Yeah,
and there was no real difference.
I don't like situations like that.
Yeah, it just it does not make me take the wrestler seriously. You know what I mean?
And maybe it's just because we saw it so much. Like when you think about like the 90s or the Attitude Era, there were no long title reigns.
No,
Cass was holding the belt for like 6 weeks to 3 to 4 months, and then they was dropping it. I don't even know if they lasted 6 months.
But usually it was like a series though. Like it would happen in a series. It wasn't like
they be passing it back and forth.
It wasn't there was the situation with Kane, but it would go back to the same wrestler, though, too. It wouldn't be just a completely new wrestler unless there was a rare chance. And they had the long-term build where they're in segments and everything like that. It's just very short-term thinking. Like Darby wasn't even in the stratosphere. Like he hasn't even been in a conversation and then came out of nowhere to win the belt. It's like, what? Why did we do it? I don't know, but hey, maybe he's going to buy WWE, so we'll see what happens. So who knows?
So like I said, I only saw the last 30 minutes of AEW, but I did see our CBS champion, Jade Cargill, obligatory picks of Jade Cargill on deck, teaming up with Red Velvet against Sky Blue and Kiera Hogan, who is not a baddie anymore.
Yeah,
and and I don't know what's going on with Red Velvet and Jade, but
she's been just
no chemistry entire
she's sick of Jade. She's sick of Jade. And maybe it's because she kicked out Kiera Hogan, but she was like, she wouldn't tag her in, even though Jade still dominated and won the match. But I don't get it. Jade needs to, it's probably she just needs to stop hanging out with these short women because clearly they have issues.
Clearly.
So
Jade is not the problem.
She is not. No, regardless of it.
There's no way
let the record show she's not the problem.
She's not the problem.
The problem is Marina Shafir, and we know that. That's
that's not the problem. That's the problem.
You made the problem.
You don't know the problem.
You don't. If you want to know who the problem is, you know her. Wait a minute. You don't know her.
You don't know her.
You don't know her.
I just want you to know by the next show, I'm going to have clips of that on.
Yeah, we got to have it. We're just going to be ready at all times.
Ready to go.
Just that's added to our list of Smash the Mat.
Oh, absolutely.
From the
you don't know me.
You don't know me. Like I'm telling you, when you see that face, you don't know her.
When we're done, I'm downloading it and I'm chopping it up. Yes, absolutely. All right, God. Now let's get into Wrestle Kingdom. Is there anything else before we get into?
I'm trying to think from All Elite. Oh well, also.
Oh! I do know that the Acclaimed was supposed to have a match with what is Jared and Jay Lethal calling themselves?
They don't call themselves anything. They don't have a name. So it's the group. It's the group of the TNA legends, along with the new guy.
There we go.
Yeah, the TNA legends and the big guy.
Yeah. So I know that they were supposed to have a match.
Yeah.
With the Acclaim, but something happened and the Acclaim ended up keeping the titles, and they were upset about it. And they're going to have another match.
There's a lot of people pissed off. Oh yeah, and then Mogul Affiliates came out. They still haven't named Tattoo Face, but Swerve beat AR Fox. Win sooner or later. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, so that was another thing that happened. Also, didn't they destroy Jack Swagger's hat? Which I don't think we've talked about that enough.
What?
Because he's been rocking this purple hat, and it's become a real meme thing. And they were, the people have been just entertained by it. And I guess it fell off and somebody stepped on it or something when they were trying to beat up Ricky Starks in the match, and it got a big reaction for the fans. But he's been wearing this purple hat and is added to his personality.
First off, there's a Twitter page called Jake Hager hat.
Yeah,
purple hat.
Yeah, people are obsessed with that thing. Like,
I like this hat. Yeah, apparently so.
People are obsessed with that, but you know how fans are. They find a thing that they love and they're obsessed with it.
There's
no rhyme or reason. It's just, hey, which that's the beauty and horror about wrestling fans.
Right.
They'll find something they'll be like, this is great, and I love it, and I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
too easy.
But we'll see. I don't think there's anything else from All Elite nuts.
Nuts.
Yeah. So I think we can finally move on.
This.
Oh, what? Oh yeah.
Mariah was having an interview with
Ooh.
Renee, Tony Storm, and Hikaru Shida. Apparently, she's going to be in a tag team match
Yeah.
versus the AEW Women's Champion Jamie Hayter and Dr. Britt Baker, DMD.
And then there's been speculation on who was going to be the partner. We'll talk about one speculation later, but in this interview, she was just talking about she wanted to team up with one of the best wrestlers that she knows, and she's good friends with her. And she turns to Tony Storm, completely ignoring Sheeta. Sheeta was hot about
that was
this.
crazy.
Paige was giving her the cold shoulder. Soraya, sorry. I'm sorry. Don't mind me. I might still use WWE names. I don't care. But she was really giving Sheeta a cold shoulder, and Sheeta in a nice pantsuit. She was offended.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. So, but yeah, a lot of people are speculating this.
Hikaru Shida like that.
Yeah, a lot of people are speculating this is a swerve, and I could probably see this happening where Sheeta maybe beats up Tony Storm or something happens, shenanigans, and then yeah, there goes Jake Hager's hat, which people love. Yeah, that's a great pantsuit. I'm just gonna say, can we show that Sheeta picture?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. Like, she's been really killing it.
Look at that face.
Like,
she's really upset.
She was offended. She's like, I did not wear the suit to be offended.
And look, and Brian actually said,
yeah, very
beautiful pantsuit.
It's a great pantsuit. Like, she was
like, I came out here in my Wednesday's best.
And then this girl
and you
sitting here in her plaid.
You're here with no sleeves.
Yep.
And you gonna diss me?
And you gonna diss me?
Like,
first of all, I had the bob before Tony did.
For you don't even have buttons on your shirt. You gonna diss me?
You gonna diss me in my pantsuit?
He said it looks Tasha Mackey. It does look Tasha Mackish.
Now that's deep cut right there. That's for the game watchers out there.
Hilarious. That is a throwback to shout out to all my BET watchers. Y'all remember the game?
Oh no, it's still on, man. It's not now.
Is it?
It's on Paramount. They brought it back. And guess what?
Who's getting a Paramount account as soon as this
should.
show is over?
Okay. By the way, this is a side conversation, but the game is probably one of the most random shows in the history of television.
Random.
It started out as a serious comedy, then it became a dramedy, and now it is just a drama. like what show has done that ever?
Bro, that show is being produced like a wrestling show.
Yeah.
It's supposed to start out as one thing, then it became something else.
Oh yeah, Brian was just yeah. Thank you, Harry. Yeah, she'd be killing them pantsuits. Oh, you see, it's on season 2 now of the reboot of the game.
Come on,
come
on now,
watch it. Watch that in Yellowstone if you haven't. That'll cover your bases.
See, I haven't seen that.
Yellowstone's on Peacock, by the way. Watch it. I was blown away.
I have Peacock, so I can watch that.
Yes.
So that's what's up. Now let us move on to Wrestle Kingdom.
Yep.
6 hours of wrestling. I only watched about 3.5.
Yeah.
And I had to watch it in shifts because it was so damn long.
Yeah. It's
but
crazy.
I didn't know at the time that it was featuring the last match. Let me find a better picture. I don't see it. So we're just gonna go with this one. The last match for Keiji Muto, aka the Great Muta.
Yep. He just wrestled Shinsuke Nakamura.
He did 3 days before.
Yeah, Shinsuke, which in his own way, he kissed him.
Yeah.
And took his mist and spit it back into the face. And it was funny. I think Muta was like, yeah, is he gay or something?
Yeah. He made some comments that we can't
when he said, is he gay? Like, I cracked.
He didn't say that. He said something else.
Well, yeah. It's he. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but that was interesting. Also interesting about that match is that Shota Umino has been trying to get the attention of Tetsuya Naito, and Tetsuya doesn't care about anything. So he definitely wasn't paying him any attention.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Also, during that show, we saw, and let me tell you how long I have been completely out of the loop for New Japan.
Yeah, Harry did bring up a good point. Yeah, Leo Rush got messed up in that match.
I have the picture. I was going to get to that. I was going to get to it. I was moving down the line.
Damn it, Harry. Don't be getting me in trouble.
Stuff, simply rushing everything.
Don't be getting me
You
here.
know, and I was actually about to get into that because what I was about to say was that I haven't been watching New Japan in so long that I didn't know that TJP had joined up with Will Ospreay in the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
And not only that, but him and his partner Marco something, they are the IWGP Junior Tag Team Champions, and they had a tag team match against Yo, formerly of Show and Yo, Roppongi 3K, but it was Yo and Leo Rush. Yeah. And midway through, I don't even think it was midway through the match. Yeah. It was like in the first 3-4 minutes. It was not long. Leo Rush was busted wide open.
It was messed up.
Like, and I'm not talking about a rap song either. No. I'm talking about he was messed up. Like, and because I think I was like jumping through. I didn't watch like every match, the whole match, but I had started at the beginning. I was like, oh, okay, oh crap, Leo Rush. Mm-hmm. Then I clicked up and his face was jacked up. And I was like, what the hell happened?
Yeah.
Then you see this afterwards. And it's like, whoa. Like,
my boy just cannot.
He got up from the flow up.
He just attracts injuries. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
It's the style. It's a tough style.
It is. But you know what? That's why it's not for everybody.
It is really not. Wrestling is
not for everybody.
Not ballet.
And I heard that TJP was in New Japan Strong, but I didn't watch New Japan Strong like I should have. Yeah. And I have New Japan World, but you know, and I think for me is I have to see when it comes to New Japan, there's certain people that I have to see.
Yeah.
And if I don't see them, I'm not interested.
Yeah, I might have to go back and watch them Strong.
But shout out to Fred Rosser, who is the Strong champion.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Former Darren Young. Awesome.
Yep. Absolutely. Like, I'm a bit like, I know they had a couple of the Japanese guys, but like my two favorites are Tetsuya Naito and Kota Ibushi. Like, if I don't get any of those guys, if you at least tell me they might be on the show, I'm watching.
Isn't Kota out on injury right now?
Yes, he is.
Yep.
He is out on injury. And let's see, what else do we have here? Also there was this was what Kevin Kelly liked to call the worst kept, probably the second worst kept secret in wrestling. The first worst kept secret was Cody returning at WrestleMania.
Yes.
That was the worst kept secret. But the second worst kept secret happened during this match. It was Kairi versus Tom Nakano for the IWGP Women's Championship.
Now, Kairi killing it. Best elbow drop in the game.
And it still looks good.
It still looks great.
Still looks extra good. And first off, I low-key feel like they did this match a disservice because
they really did.
It was only 5 minutes.
It was so short. Like, I was kind of blown away.
I'm not going to front like they didn't do a lot in 5 minutes, and they did. But it was still 5 minutes. Like, we barely really.
It felt tremendous.
It was hard to tell a story for them, for the ladies. But afterwards, like I said, the worst kept secret in wrestling.
Rumors have been swelling. Rumors have been swelling for months since the big exit. But she goes on a string of thanking Triple H, thanking Vince McMahon, thanking William Regal, thanking WWE, and then her music hit. She came on out. This is not Sasha Banks. This is Mercedes Moné, the CEO of New Japan.
She came out with somebody called it the GTA 5 theme music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was
money.
Yeah, man. But she came out. She shook the hand of Kairi. Kairi botched the move.
Yeah, she did.
It wasn't Mercedes' fault.
It was a gory. It was like a gory special.
It was like it was a gory bomb. It was supposed to be a gory bomb DDT, but Kairi she dropped to her knees instead of staying on her feet.
She was probably tired.
She probably was from wrestling that long 5-minute match.
That long 5-minute match.
Yeah.
Now everybody's talking about her hair, like Harry.
Where is correct me if I'm wrong. Did I not show you all the pictures I had?
Did. You had a ton.
So why the fudge can't I find? I saw that one, but where's there it is. Okay, yeah. There it is. The other picture of Mercedes Moné. And you know, she said
she in shape though. You know.
She looked like that picture is that picture is deceiving. It makes you believe there's a shape there.
Hey,
Make you
it's
believe
the Instagram pose. You
And
know?
some people, I mean, people have been talking about the hair and the outfit and stuff, but like, I'm like, hey, let her do what she do.
She does what she does, and it's a wig, so it's
Yeah, right.
it's just part of the story. Like,
So
let it ride, let it
so
ride.
the match between Kyrie and Mercedes Moné will be happening February 18th in San Jose,
It's
California.
San Jose, California.
So now I've been hearing people like, oh, well, she didn't get a big pop and all this. Well, this is the thing. The Japanese, they don't cheer like we do.
They different, and they just
when
just
she
been
came out,
allowed to.
this is what they did. Oh,
Yeah.
they don't. Yeah, that's what they do. They do. Oh, and they're clappers and they're oohs and ahs.
Now they just started being allowed to ooh and ah again too.
Yeah.
They were getting even more precision. Yeah.
Like when you think about the most over people are the people in the main event,
Yeah.
So like they didn't make that noise for Kazuchika Okada. Like they don't start making noise until you excite them with moves.
Yeah.
That's their thing. Like
Just
they're not
where
like that. So they're not even they're not like the English or the Australians. Like they're a whole different culture.
Yeah.
So
I mean, English won't shut up.
That's what they like.
The English won't shut up in the match. They'll be singing a song.
Right. Oh man. Don't let what's my man? Don't let Minoru Suzuki come out, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. And wait a minute, I just saw something and I lost it. They said molded cheese. I don't know what molded cheese looked like, but I hope to never know. But that's
well,
terrible.
Sasha has always wanted to.
She's different.
She's always wanted to go to Japan. She said that was her
Absolutely.
dream in a Stone Cold interview recently, and that which I respect her. Like if you watch back that Stone Cold interview that told you everything, she explained why she first left and how she feels. She's like, I'm a star, and she's like, I am a star, and I deserve the respect of a star. She says she's on that level, and in my opinion, I do think as far as women's wrestlers, she is on that level of big time stars.
Absolutely.
A lot of people are going to disrespect, but she is up there. It's her, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Bailey's like the Triple H of that situation, but those are your top three women stars. Then she's up there with Trish Stratus. She's up there with freaking Lita. Like
I don't argue. I'm not arguing. Look,
like
I'm a advocate of go to where you're celebrated, not tolerated.
Yeah. And then in my opinion, WWE never fully capitalized on her as that big star, minus this most recent WrestleMania. But even then, she never got that top face run that she deserved.
She was able to pass the torch to Bianca, but she was never really given the opportunity to hold the torch as a champion.
Yeah.
Only when she was a tag team champion. So I'm like,
yeah, you're right. So maybe it could have been different with Triple H. We never know. There's still rumors that she might have signed with AEW. A lot of people were speculating that she was going to be announced as Soraya's partner. But Britt Baker even said she's the real boss of AEW. So a lot of people think that Mercedes is still going to pop up at AEW because her New Japan deal is pay per appearance.
Yes, Harry, I did see the picture because I have it.
Come on, Harry. We do our research. We do our research, Harry. Jeez. Chill, bro. Let's get to it. But yes, and Naomi was out there too.
Yes.
With there, which
I had a picture of all of them.
Yeah, no one still knows what Naomi's status is, but we know now what Mercedes is up to, which all because you see this doesn't mean that she might not eventually end up back at WWE. But then again, now that Vince is selling it, she might end up back there sooner or later when Tony Khan buys it. So who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I don't know what's going to happen, G. That's how I feel right now. I had full thoughts. Like we knew what we were going to kind of talk about before this show. Yeah. And the news just dropped today. So that changes everything. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. And we might have the media scrum too. Who knows this year? I just don't even know.
I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Did you say media scrum?
You know I did.
We're not going to get into that. Oh, because
empty-headed. Yes, but there is
We had
Speaking of which,
FTR versus Bishamon. I didn't realize that was the team name
Yeah, I
until
didn't- it
today when
didn't either.
I watched New Year's Dash.
Yeah.
Bishamon, the team of Yoshihashi and Hiroki Goto. Now, interesting enough about this, Kevin Kelly said that he said, I know that PWI is a fiction magazine, or he said something like that, but the fact that they left, he said, but the fact that they left Bishamon off the tag team list is blasphemy because they're one of the best, if not the best. Now, Yoshihashi and her, I'm a fan of Hiroki Goto.
Yeah.
I've
I'm a
always
big
been
fan
hit
of
or miss
Goto.
with Yoshihashi.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying he can't wrestle. I just,
I
can
never
definitely
really, he just never did it for me.
Yeah, exactly. Yoshihashi never like did anything.
Like
for
he wasn't
him.
like
But
mega impressive.
they work well as a team.
Yeah. And
They
sometimes
ended
that happens where you need that team for to truly like stand out. Like some people are just they're not the best singles, but as a team, they're amazing.
Yeah. And they ended up winning the IWGP title from FTR. And I think FTR is all out of belts now.
They got no more belts. They've lost them all.
They are out of belts.
They lost them all.
You gotta lose them all. Wrestling belts. So then we had a fatal four-way. Well, they called a four-way match for the. I am trying to find it. It was a fatal four-way match for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title, and that one featured. There we go. It was Taiji Ishii. Wait. No, I said his name wrong.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
There's Hiromu Takahashi who ended up winning.
My boy, Time Bomb.
Watu. It was
Taiji Ishimori.
Taiji Ishimori and the other guy, El Desperado. That's what
Desperado.
That's what I'm trying to remember.
Yep.
Interesting match, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm surprised that Takahashi won again.
I'm not. He's the ace of that division.
Yo, did you see his entrance? I meant to get his entrance attire. Did you see his entrance attire?
Yeah,
it was crazy.
That's my boy. Like I've been a fan since
he was showing out.
Yeah, I remember he was like a underneath guy, and then he came out and stuff. It was just amazing. Oh yeah, yeah. G knows how to say these names better. That's
names.
If you notice,
I can't say one syllable.
If you notice, Brian, I will hang back and let G say them because he says it way better than I do too. So
I just happen to watch it enough to hear them say it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, is that because reading most of them names, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I got my certain ones that I know, like Himoru. That's my boy.
Let me make sure that I didn't, because before I get to this next match.
Oh, did we also mention which one are you on? Because
the semi-main.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a couple.
I think I skipped some on purpose because I didn't. So let's see. We had the tag team match. We did the junior tag match. We had the women's match. It was the four-way match. I almost forgot. First off, this is another thing. I didn't know New Japan has.
They just added
a television title match.
They just added it.
Television title.
Yeah, they've been running a tournament. I do remember when they announced it, but I lost complete track of this sucker. They announced it in October, and this was the final.
That's right, and it was Zack Sabre Jr. versus Narita Ren, and as you can see, Zack Sabre Jr. ended up winning the belt through submission. And then, I don't know if you recognize those guys.
Yep,
that's TM61 from
Mighty
NXT.
Do Not Kneel.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. And they formed a group there, TMDK. You know what? I didn't even notice that till I read their pants yesterday. The Mighty Don't Kneel.
Yeah.
And they are actually, they're a foursome now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just took some random young lion. It was like,
that's how it goes.
We got 3. We need one more. And they were looking around. They was like, you come here.
Yeah, that's how it works.
I literally thought they was about to jump that dude. I did. I was like, they about to just randomly beat this guy up. But he joined in.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the other big match was the Tama Tonga match.
Oh, yes. That's the one I forgot to get a picture for.
Yes.
The Tama Tonga versus Carl Anderson for the Never Open Weight Championship. which wasn't a terrible match.
It wasn't a
I didn't
terrible
like
match.
I think the finish of that match looked like somebody either they both used the same finishing
Yeah.
move, the gun stun.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
one of them
But I think
took
that was Carl's move
yeah,
originally.
it was Carl's move first.
Yeah.
It was Carl's move first, but he gave it to Tama Tonga when he joined Bullet Club.
Yeah.
And this is Tama Tonga's second run as never open weight champion.
Yeah, but this
And,
is
you know,
good. He's always been a person that I thought should get a big time run. Like Tama Tonga can cut a promo, and
yes, he
he's
can.
got the look. He's got the.
Yes, he does.
I don't think he's ever gonna get to the main event situation unless he leaves New Japan, which I don't think he's ever gonna leave. So who knows what happens? But hey, the never open weight belt, it's kind of like a world title in a way.
Yeah. I think all the belts, like they're special in their own way.
Yeah.
And they're all a big deal in their own way.
This is the only title that both juniors and heavyweights can win.
Yeah.
So it is kind of like it is kind of like everybody. You can win this sucker. So,
and there's also another belt that damn near anybody can win. And that one, hold on, where's it at? That's not the one. This is why I was talking about lining the pictures up in the order.
New Japan has
United States, the IWGP United States title. Now look, I'm gonna just go ahead and say that this match was the best match from Kenny Omega since he took a hiatus from wrestling.
Yeah, let me tell you, it's been so. I just want to say it's been wonderful because when Kenny Omega left wrestling, he left New Japan. I didn't know where he would. We thought he would go to WWE, but he just didn't do anything. Like I didn't see him on TV. I didn't see him on pay-per-views. Like I don't know where he's been. We thought he was done with wrestling forever, but then he comes out. He's in peak condition. He's in peak shape. Like he's never stopped wrestling, even though we know clearly he's not been wrestling for how many years has it been?
It's been about 5 years.
It's been about 5 years, and he has been in tremendous peak conditioning. Like he never missed a step. Like he's actually been wrestling the whole time somewhere else, but he didn't do that.
It's almost like he joined up with his buddies and formed a new company and wrestled there for some years.
He wouldn't do that.
It's like he was hinting at doing something like that, but that can't be what happened.
And you would think he'd also do a side quest where he'd like win a bunch of belts and like even go to Impact for a little bit and be champ, and I don't know, but he didn't do that.
You would even think that he would be in a 6-man tag, in a 3-man tag with two of his buddies, and be facing off against some other guys that are the 6-man tag champs and having a best of 7 series. You think all of this,
and then playing the NBA from NBC theme.
Absolutely.
For no apparent reason other than because it's the best of 7.
Why would you do that?
It makes so much sense. No, not this Kenny Omega. This is Kenny Omega.
This is Kenny Omega. That other guy is Kenny Olivier.
Yeah, that's Olivier.
This is Kenny Omega.
Yes, okay? Kenny Omega is back.
And this was his best match since he left New Japan.
Hands down.
And I don't care what nobody says.
It was no question.
This was storytelling.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, and I didn't, and the thing is, I didn't see this till after the match.
And I saw that.
I didn't see that.
Well, I've liked their feud this whole time. Like Will Ospreay, he did finally win me over. Now, G will tell you, I was not the biggest Will Ospreay fan.
Never was.
I never was at all. Like I've
been on the bandwagon.
He's been on that, but what with me, it's character. And since he has formed the United Empire, he started cutting promos. He really started showing that personality. He's a shithead, man.
So you know what that means? That just means that for you, he had to get from out of the shadow of Kazuchika Okada.
Yes,
that's pretty much all it was. But that's why I liked him then, because I called him the best wrestler of 2019.
Yeah, you did,
and he was under Kazuchika. You know what I'm saying?
But even then,
New Japan is truly the place with the long-term storytelling. Yes. And I don't mean that as a diss. It's just because even when I didn't even watch for like a year and a half during the pandemic. I didn't even watch, and it's like I come back like a year later, and I still see it.
Yes.
You still see it, and you can see it in so many forms. And then the commentators do a good job of telling the story.
Yeah.
They do a good job of telling the stories. Like I had already known that Omega and Will Ospreay had issues. I know that Ospreay was told by Omega when he left, "Hey, I'm leaving.
It's on
It's
you.
your time now.
Your deal.
You got to do this and that and blah blah blah." And Ospreay did. He ended up winning the IWGP World Heavyweight title
Mm-hmm.
and all that jazz. He started his own faction and everything, you know. And then this match, like I didn't understand. Well, I mean, I knew they had heat.
Yeah.
Just from the tweets.
Yeah.
And I had seen something before I saw that that interview. So when the match started, you know, I was like, okay, let's see how this goes. Two of my former wrestlers of the year going at it. And Kenny was like overly aggressive, and you don't usually see
that out of him. It's very much the calm, the cool.
Yeah,
I'm still an artist type wrestling.
But once that safety pad came off the turnbuckles, it was on and popping, man.
Yeah.
Like it was getting so bad, and by bad I mean good. It was getting so bad for Will Ospreay. I was like, man, they gonna have to stop this man.
Yeah,
he was beating the living crap out, which kind of blew my mind because of the fact that Kenny ended up winning anyway, which I thought was kind of
that was a surprise.
I was surprised. I just knew that he was going to come back and win the match, you know, and like I just want to know how the hell Will Ospreay does hidden blade without giving people concussions.
Yeah,
I just need to know because it was just that match was great. That was the match of the night, easily, without question, top tier storytelling in that match. And it was like without even explaining it, like just watching it, I was like, man, like so far I know we're only 4 or 5 days in the year, but right now that's the match of the year. Like
I can see that. Yeah, easily. I will tell you, if you're able to hold my attention, you got me, and they held my attention the whole time. I was impressed. I was just impressed. But I never discredit Will Ospreay in his talent. I always knew he had the talent, but him and Ricochet had a problem with me where it's like, yes, you got the moves and you can have like a hot rivalry, but again, you're still missing that
bro.
Where
like
you can
moves don't really mean that much.
They don't.
If you can't tell a story.
The
story makes the moves mean more.
And then I can even compare it to a previous match. It's like he is in a different mode. He is in that groove. He understands to put that all together with his character, with the psychology. Like you can see a tremendous difference from Will Ospreay that everybody fell in love with to the Will Ospreay that he is. He is a certified main event attraction talent. And so, hey, he won me over.
I'm telling you,
bruv.
Like, your opponents matter.
Yeah.
Because I really, and I know Omega's like fought Moxley and he's fought like Hangman and all that. But like I haven't seen a story told like this. Great. I haven't seen a story told like this from him since his previous New Japan days.
Yeah, and because it is different. It is a
like,
different approach.
Like, does he just hit a switch when he goes to the Tokyo Dome?
Maybe. Sometimes that's what it is.
That probably is what it is. And then we have the main event. Now, this main event was hard hitting as well.
Yes.
And I also didn't realize how much weight that Kazuchika Okada lost.
Yes, he's
slim.
Down.
Yeah, he's lean. Let me say that. He's lean.
Yeah, he's lean.
And Jay White is in amazing shape.
And this is another person now with Jay White. The only difference is from day one, I knew this guy was it.
Absolutely.
I knew this guy was going to be it, and he has not disappointed.
Yeah, you know what it was? It was the beard.
It was the beard. It connected it all.
Before he grew the beard and he was just Switchblade Jay White, it was like this guy's got potential. Once he joined Bullet Club and grew it out, it was a wrap from there.
It was no joke.
because he looks like an asshole.
He looks like an asshole, but he looks like a star too. Like,
yeah, bro. But I'm talking about this match, and I don't have too many pictures from the actual match. I just have really just the end. But now, I'm gonna tell you one thing that I appreciate about Kazuchika Okada and his matches. Kazuchika Okada does not do a lot of crazy stuff.
he does not.
His matches are pretty simple.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't like. I think the wildest move that he does is probably the a jumping twisting tombstone. You know, like he a lot of his stuff is super basic. He does drop kicks, arm drags. You know,
if anything, he wrestles more American. He wrestles more. Yeah, I was just gonna say he wrestles more American than a lot of people.
With him, he just tells a good story in the ring. Like he throws a lot of lariats. You know, he uses his money clip submission move, which is like a Cobra clutch or whatever. Like he doesn't do a lot of crazy stuff, and the same could be said for Jay White. Jay, like I was watching their match, and I'm thinking about it. I'm like, man, like compared to the match you just saw, with Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay, and they're just doing all kinds of wildness. And you watch that match, you probably watch that match and be like, man, this one isn't as good. Yeah, because they're not taking those risks. They both, Jay White and Okada, they wrestle smart. They wrestle a different style. Yes, you know, it's like a bruising brawler technical style.
But it's a main event. It's a main event wrestler style. Like think an Orton match. Think an Orton match. Think a Roman match. Think a old school Flair match. Like things like that. It's a certain main event style that you execute. Like, and that comes back from that.
Yeah, and they and like one thing I've noticed about Okada is like, you know how like you watch like a Randy Orton match. And you know what's about to happen.
You know what's coming.
I'm starting to get there with Okada matches because the first time he goes for the Rainmaker, he never gets it.
He never gets it. Yeah.
Maybe in like not even when they do the multi-man tag matches. You know what I'm saying? It always like in this one, it was like 6 times he went for it. There was always a reverse. And then like I think one of the best sequences was when I think he went for it and Jay ducked, and then he did his own move on him, and he went for the cover. He kicked out, and he tried something, and then Okada did the ripcord into the Blade Runner on him, and I was like, look at these guys, but it's just ripcord, back and forth, and I don't think that match was as good as the last one, just because of like the story told and. Like for those guys, like Okada and Jay White have wrestled at least 6 times.
A billion times. It feels like. I was going to say they've been going at it for years at this point. Now it is crazy to think. I was looking at the because technically this is a new world title.
Yeah. Because it's the combination of the Intercontinental title and the original IWGP championship.
Yes, and I was just looking, and Shingo is actually. He's been the longest reigning champ at 211 days. Jay White is the second longest champ with 206.
Because I think they said, is Okada the 5th or 6th champion?
He's the 6th champion.
The 6th, yeah, because this is Okada's second time with it. Because the first was Tetsuya Naito, then it was Okada, then I think it was Shingo.
No, not with this belt. It was Kota. Kota fused the belts.
Kota fused the belts?
Yes, Kota fused the belts. He was the one that he was the one that won both and created.
That's right. He beat that's right.
Yeah, he beat Naito.
He beat Naito.
Yeah.
So it was Kota, then it was Kota, then it was Okada, then Shingo.
No, then it was Will Ospreay, and then he had to vacate because he had a.
That's right. It was it was Will Ospreay. All I know is Shingo took it. Shingo lost it to Okada.
Yes, and then Okada and. Then Jay White beat Okada, and Okada got it back.
There we go. Yeah, because it's been a short history. It's only like a year and a half.
It's not that long since March 1st, 2021.
Yeah. See, it's barely been. It ain't even been 2 years yet.
Really.
Yeah. So the most interesting. So that was that. Then Shingo comes out and he's like, "Yo, You took the belt from me. I
Yep.
want another shot.
I want another shot. Yeah.
So New Year's Dash was today. A couple interesting things happened.
Yeah, some great,
Suzuki,
crazy developments.
yeah, Suzuki Goon, Minoru Suzuki, he came out after, I forget the match, but he came out to help Ren Narita. And then I think it was it House of Torture that was jumping on him, and then Desperado came out to make the save. And it seemed like, even though Suzuki Gun has been disbanded, it looks like Suzuki, Desperado, and possibly Ren Narita may be forming something. You know. Then later on in the night, it was Bullet Club. It was what's my man's? It was Kenta, Jay White. It was El Phantasmo and the Pimp. What is the Tokyo Pimp name? Man, I can't be remembering everybody's name. Anyway, it was them versus Tamatanga, Hikuleo. It was Tanahashi, and it was one of the former Young Lions. I can't remember who it was. But anyway, I said all that to say that the match ended in was it a no DQ?
Yeah.
It was a no DQ, but yeah, it was because Jay White went after Hikuleo.
Yeah.
And he pretty much said, you betrayed me. You turned your back on me. Like, I needed you and you left me, you know, and I know how much Japan means to you and your family, but I'm not going to let you have your Wrestle Kingdom moment because we're going to have a match. And in this match, it's going to be loser leaves Japan. Hikuleo versus Jay White, probably sometime in the next 2 months.
Well, no, won't it be at the second night of Wrestle Kingdom? Technically, this is a 2-night event because they said that
another night at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, they had
so many matches. Yep. I figured they wasn't doing anything because usually they do night 1, night 2, and then they do New Year's Dash. But they didn't. They usually don't do New Year's Dash before they till they finish.
They're still going to do a second night Wrestle Kingdom. Yeah, the second night will feature wrestlers from Noah. It also probably features Sasha Banks. They said the second night.
They didn't even mention the second night on the telecast.
Yeah, because I know the second day of the event is going to be on the 21st.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that's where it's going to happen.
Man, that's crazy. Yeah, I see.
Mm-hmm.
It was on Wrestle Night 2. It's going to be a joint show with Noah like last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's different. All right.
It's
their company. They do what they want.
They can do what they want. Then another thing, they have the provisional KOPW champion.
Yo, I was wondering, what is that?
It seems it's a really interesting title. Okay, so the title is inactive at the beginning of the year. At some later point,
that's the King of Pro Wrestling title.
Yes. A provisional champion is determined who is not recognized by New Japan as the actual champion. During the rest of the year, the provisional champion must defend the title against contenders. If he fails, a new provisional champion is crowned and must defend it against new challengers. At some point close to the end of the year, a final title match takes place. The winner of the match becomes recognized as that year's King of Pro Wrestling and is awarded the trophy.
Interesting.
And it's an actual championship belt. But yeah, it resets every year.
Right. Okay.
So very weird. I don't understand.
Yeah, that's wild.
Okada introduced it.
Yeah, that's okay. Whatever you say.
Yeah,
Okada.
it's a very, very weird title. Currently, Shingo, he's the King of Pro Wrestling.
Yeah. All right. Got you. Too easy.
Yeah.
Too easy. Yeah, well, I wasn't.
They've only had 3 champions, and it's been Yano. Yano's had it twice.
Yeah, that's what. Yep.
And then Shingo.
Oh yeah, that's the trophy he always be carrying around.
Yeah, well, it's a belt now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Toru Yano, that's my guy.
Yeah, Suzuki Goon was a provisional champion. Chase Owens, Taichi, and that's it, really. Yeah,
I like it.
it's
like
a weird. New Japan does some interesting things, but hey, it's New Japan.
It
It's to
is
be
New
expected.
Japan. New Japan does what New Japan does, man. So before we get up out of here, I definitely want to bring up our sponsor.
As always,
look, let me take this one down and put this one up. Look, new year, new you. Summer bodies are made in the winter. The best way to start is going to www.freeec3.com. Use code STM 20% for life, like the NWO say. Okay.
life.
So you may be thinking, how can I get a meal plan? I need to get my discipline in track. I need a meal plan. Or maybe your eating is decent, but you just want to tighten up, lean up, bulk up. You know what I'm saying? You need a workout plan. Well, you can get both of those on www.freec3.com. That's 3 E's, FREEE, C3.com. And that way you can control your nutrition
By smashing the diet.
Yeah, man. Like, you need to get back on that. You started and then you stopped.
Well, I started experiencing some health issues, but I'm trying.
Okay.
I'm trying. So hopefully I'll be back on that and make it happen. So.
And the key to that is the lay off of
Woo wings. Yeah. Woo woo.
Woo.
Wings. Legendary flavors. World Championship wings. Woo. Woo wings. Yeah.
Look, you can enjoy the wing. You can enjoy the woo wings, but you have to do it selectively.
And clean. Yeah, just
Selectively
not the
clean.
fried ones, probably like the grilled
woo wings.
Yes. In fact, those are the Charlotte. Shit, Charlotte has the grilled wings.
That's the Charlotte special.
Yes.
The Queen special wings. That's what it is.
They're grilled, they're lean.
And they're skinny.
Yeah, they're skinny. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, man.
And then a side of Andrade Spanish rice. El Ídolo.
Not the El Idolo Spanish rice. Oh, man. Bro.
Wait.
Brian said he went to Charlotte for his birthday and he said he couldn't find Woo Wings.
You couldn't? They're supposed to be on like, because it's a ghost restaurant technically, so it's supposed to be on like, I think Uber Eats or something.
We got to figure this out.
Hold on. Let's look right now before we go.
Yeah.
Wings.
I have friends that live in Charlotte, and you know what? I need to be like, hey, like if I cash app you $20,
yes,
I need you to see if you can find Woo Wings.
Find some Woo Wings, put them in the fridge.
Right.
Don't mess them up.
Meet me in Wadesboro.
Yes, because we have to get these. Okay,
Wadesboro is about an hour.
The site is called RicFlairWings.com. Yeah, RicFlairWings.com. That's the website. And it is in Charlotte. It's in Concord also. Ooh, interesting. And they say Uber Eats and Postmates.
And Postmates, huh?
Yeah, it says DoorDash, but it looks like it's right now it's on Uber Eats and Postmates.
See that right there? Look, I'll be making a trip real soon.
Yeah, because I gotta try some Woo Wings, legendary flavors.
Legendary flavors. He said that so calmly.
Yes. In fact, let's try to search it up real quick.
Yeah, let's find these Woo Wings. Man.
Wings. Yeah,
let's find the Woo Wings.
Wings.
Legendary flavors. Matter of fact, we can't just
Woo Wings. Yeah. Woo woo. Wings. Legendary flavors. World Championship wings. Woo. Woo Wings. Yeah. Woo.
That's the boy.
That's what it's about.
Yeah, it's about that. I don't know. We'll do some searching. I think you got to literally be there to get them, maybe, or something. Or
that's all good.
Oh no, yeah, we can click location. Let's try Charlotte.
Yeah. We need these wings in our lives, man.
Charlotte.
He said, Brian said he'll go to the Bojangles Arena and Uber some Woo wings.
Yeah, do
That's
that.
a move.
That's the move right there.
That is a move, yo.
All right, now let's see. Woo Wings. Okay, it says Woo Premium. Yeah, Woo Wings, powered by Old Pineville Premium Pub. Opens Friday. So I guess it's only a weekend thing.
Okay. Well, you know, I believe that because since they don't have a whole spot,
Yes.
you know, that makes sense.
They even have a fried chicken sando.
Like a Damien Sando?
Yeah, like a sandwich.
Oh, okay.
They have buffalo, garlic parm, lemon pepper. Okay, buffalo. Yeah. Mango habanero.
Okay.
And
So that must be Ricky the Dragon Spicy.
Yeah.
Ricky the Dragon Spicy wing.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Look, we got listeners in Charlotte, man. We need y'all.
Please go try these wings. Tell us. And
If
then
I will cash app you $10.
I will too. Let's see.
I'll cash app you $10 if you can prove that you got you some Woo wings.
Yes. In fact, Friday we might do some talking. Which tomorrow's Friday. See, so
yeah, it is.
They open tomorrow at 11.
Oh man, I'm about to start hitting some more people up.
Yeah, we might have to make that happen.
Dragon Spice wings with a side of Space Mountain
Dew.
Space Mountain Dew.
Legendary flavors.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh man,
fire!
It's coming. It's gonna happen. We are gonna try some Woo wings. Let's roll.
Yeah, let us roll. Let us roll. You already know every Thursday at 8:30. And if it's not this Thursday coming up, it'll be the next one. We out of here.